and this is just something I'm going to pass out for you to take a look at. There's been some discussions about problems with rental properties and property maintenance and so on. This one is also stamped confidential, and it's not really confidential. But did everybody get a copy? Yeah. I've lifted this from another municipality in Hunterdon County, so I take no pride of authorship in it. But it has a system of registering rental properties, having them subject to inspection, having restrictions on the number of people that can be occupying a rental property, the problem of stacking, minimum standards for light, ventilation, and so on, unlawful activities in rental properties, and so on. So, as we've discussed in the past, the problem for a small, relatively small municipality like Greenwich is enforcement, is having the personnel to enforce this. But take some time, look it over. If you think that this might help you to address some of the issues that you're dealing with, then perhaps we should consider adopting it.
So this is something we should review and maybe discuss at the next meeting?
Yeah,
so what you're suggesting?
I'm just giving you a draft.
Okay, and the other thing that kind of prompted a thought, Peter, and I know Kim and I have had this discussion, the fact that some properties are being vacated and the township has been, some of them for a number of years, maintaining the properties from the lawn service. What, in your opinion, should we be doing about that?
Are these foreclosures?
Yes. I don't. So yeah. The one that we've been doing, that we've been maintaining for 2.5 years, Kim, that is a foreclosure.
That I don't have to.
I wasn't aware that we were maintaining something for 2.5 years.
Yes, we've been maintaining something.
This is a
huge.
Down on Bradford Lane next to Charlie Slavic.
The one in Greenwich Hills.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a huge problem.
The township really needs to.
What we should be doing is there is a mechanism, I believe, in our current ordinance for imposing the lien upon the property for the cost of that maintenance. Right. Sometimes you can get help from the bank if you contact them, if they are taking responsibility. However, if they have not completed their foreclosure and the property is in legal limbo, like so many are today, because
and would something like that be in legal limbo for 2.5 years or more?
It's not inconceivable. Well, I don't know the particulars of this.
You'd have to put a lien against it for the amount.
Well, we still have to. We still have to keep. In this case, we still should have a record as to the times that they've gone out and
absolutely, but a lien should be put against
it. Yes, it should be periodically.
We did talk about this. I thought that you had put a
periodically liens should be placed against the property.
Well, I think we need a lien placed, and I also think we need to make a determination. Does the bank?
The bank is it owned by the bank? The bank is paying the taxes right now.
So let's know who the bank is.
If you
send them a bill and
file that. I would try contacting the bank and saying. Asking them to take over this
because we shouldn't be in the maintenance property business.
Do we have the record of?
Yes, of the bank. So do you want me to get in touch with
Do we
Sharon?
have the record of the time, the
John
cutting
has
that
it
we've
in
done?
his log. Yes,
Okay.
so John can provide that. And
I think when you contact them, it would be helpful to have a number for them.
Well, but that's my next question: is do we actually have a way of assessing what the value of that service that we're providing is? In other words, if they spend so many hours there, is there anything on our ordinance, anything that says that's worth this much?
Well, it should be no different than how we had it set up for this. Do you think the school, when we did the grass cutting there, we incorporated in the man hours plus the gas?
There is a mechanism in the ordinance, so we'll have to go back and look at the ordinance as to the mechanism. And
you don't think there is?
The property maintenance ordinance, no.
Well, and then one other thing, it's not just that property that we're going out and maintaining, correct? Aren't there others that we're doing the same thing
right now?
Oh, I thought you said there were others.
No.
There was a health issue about that, though. There was something about a health issue.
There's an issue with that, and I spoke with Pat Dottie about that. I mean, the house is not livable. So,
well,
I mean,
irregardless, the bank has to decide that. But we were faced with a health there was a health inspection done on there, so we have to prove to that bank that the health inspection was done, and somebody said we had to.
Well, the Warren County
Clear.
Health,
Exactly.
Warren County Health Department. So I'd have to get the record from the Warren County
Exactly.
Health Department.
So you have some backup to the reason why we had to do it, we just didn't walk up there and just start to clean it up.
No, we cleaned the garbage and we,
But really, the first call should be to the bank
yeah.
and say, before we start mowing, you know, for 2.5 years, let's call the bank and see if we can get. Now, a lot of times they won't, you know, or they'll yes you to death.
A lien should be put
But-
against it.
but
And I
still-
thought we had talked about that already.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll find out from John, from DPW, and then from Sharon, the bank information, and then I'll talk with Peter, and we'll come up with the things, and then we'll contact the bank.
And Kim, one more thing,
And then
I
if we
also,
don't get with that, then we'll place the lien.
okay, and I also think that if we get in a situation where we feel we need to go and do that again, I think this committee should discuss it versus a decision just being made to send somebody out to do it. I
We
don't
did
remember.
discuss. He came to the meeting, Charlie came to the meeting, and we
We
did
like us,
We did?
discussed
Okay.
that,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
No, I didn't just
we
send it out.
developed, we
discussed it, and
developed.
I
Well, he
actually
came this year and complained, this year.
We actually, I believe we even have minutes where we talked about a lien in the whole 9
We
yards.
developed a form letter that's to be sent to the
Okay.
property owner.
I just,
And
you know, we're talking about cost reduction, and here,
Yeah.
2.5 years later, we're still mowing a property,
He plans
so.
to mow that grass
Confused that we're talking
approximately
about a
3
lien now. We
times.
actually had this discussion already about this
If
property.
he has
It's
done,
102
if he has
Bradford.
done more than 5 times,
Yeah,
that's,
I
he has
remember.
done approximately 3 times mowing that
I'm sorry,
property.
we're not talking about 2.5 years of.
Mowing every week, no. It's about 3 times that he's mowed.
3 times total?
Yes.
3 years?
What about when he cleaned up all the garbage and?
Well, what they did is they went down, Joe, you were there, took the garbage and everything that was in the yard and in the driveway, and they opened the garage door and they put it in the garage.
I guess
It's
the,
inside the house.
That says which bank owns the house, right on the front lawn.
I'm sorry?
I know we've
I
got the
think you should put a
ordinance.
sign up on the front
No
lawn that says
enforcement.
what bank owns that house.
You
Watch
gotta
out
be
and
very-
take
you
a
gotta be
picture
very-
of it in the newspaper,
careful
and see how
about that.
fast the bank comes out.
It's back to no
I mean,
enforcement.
it's ridiculous that a bank can own a property and let it go like that
There's no
in a
company that will
neighborhood.
go in there and
It's
clean that up.
disgraceful.
Believe me, it's a very